I'm having issues right now. Could
Hello,
not
Peng.
understand what you said.
Peng Ha. Nice to meet you. I'm very glad to start my practice, my English exercise session today. How's it going on your end?
It's great to meet you too, Pengha. I'm glad you're starting your English practice today. Things are going well here. How are you feeling about your practice?
I feel great. I feel great for with my English learning journey. I think this is a great experience of this year, and I am so happy. Uh, I am so happy for our language learning journey to improve my English communication skills. I think this is very effective and useful way. I think this 닥치고 말하기 practice session is very useful and effective way to improve my skills. Even if I don't use English in my daily life.
That's a great attitude, Pengha. Your enthusiasm really shines through. Here's a slightly refined version of what you said for smoother flow. I feel great about my English learning journey this year. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm so happy to be improving my communication skills. I think these ChatGPT practice sessions are a very effective and useful way to build my skills, even though I don't use English in my daily life. How do you usually practice when you're not using ChatGPT?
Honestly speaking, thank you for your repolished version. However, I don't use English in my daily life, and I have a lot of things to do. So usually I couldn't do uh, English practice without you. And I mean, uh, out of this English session, I couldn't use. I mean, I don't use English in my daily life.
You're welcome. I understand what you mean. Here's a smoother version of what you said. Thank you for your revised version. Since I don't use English in my daily life and I have many things to do, I usually can't practice English outside of these sessions with you. It's great that you're making the most of this time. Do you feel your confidence is improving during these sessions?
Yes. The more I repeat, certainly, the more I repeat, the more I immerse myself in English, the more I become confident to use English speaking.
That's fantastic. A polished version of your sentence might be: the more I practice and immerse myself in English, the more confident I become in speaking it. Repetition and immersion are key. What topics or situations do you want to focus on in our sessions to boost your confidence even more?
As I told you before, this practice session consists of three parts. Number one, is uh, number one is dialogue practice session, and number two is the repetition and mimicking time, and number three is clicking talk time with random keywords. So I would like to start my dialogue number one session, the dialogue practice session. Could you do you remember where we left yesterday?
Got it. Your three-part session plan sounds very organized. Unfortunately, I don't have memory of our previous sessions, but if you share a bit about where we left off or the context of yesterday's dialogue, I can pick it up from there. What were we practicing?
Yesterday we I'd like to introduce the exact spot I marked yesterday because we couldn't finish that file because of the time limit. Okay. Listen carefully. We were left number seven workplace conversation evidence file for HR and administrative team simulates the conversations. Uh, you know, uh, uh, we we already go through that file. Uh, However, I I'm going to repeat it with switched version. I mean,
Got it. You're referring to the HR and administrative team simulated conversations from the file. Would you like to pick up where you left off in Dialogue 7? Or do you want to start over from the beginning of a specific dialogue? Let me know how you want to proceed.
GPT listen carefully. We already go through that with the file yesterday. However, I'd like to switch our role for this file. So today, I'd like to take the role of David and please take care of the rest of the role. I mean HR and administrative role. Do you agree with that? Can you do that for me? Could you do that for me?
Absolutely, I can do that for you. I'll take on the HR and administrative roles, and you can be David. Let's pick up where you want to start. Which dialogue or topic should we begin with?
Okay, listen carefully. Let me introduce. Let me start with a specific dialogue set. I think we are all set to go. Okay, here I go. Hi, I'd like to check my limit. Oh my God, do not
Great.
interrupt.
I'm ready whenever you are. Go ahead and start, and I'll respond in my role.
Okay. Hi, hello. I'd like to check my remaining vacation days. Could you help me with that?
Sure, let me pull up your records. You have 5 vacation days left for this year.
I'm just wondering why did you use a pull up in this context? What did I mean? I don't know. I think I can understand almost 70 or 80 over percent of that context meaning. Uh, could you please share me the details of that uh, first sentence? Uh, what's mean the word pull up in this context? What does it mean?
Great question. In this context, pull up means to retrieve or access information, usually from a system or a file. For example, when someone says, "Let me pull up your records," they mean they are opening or looking up your records on a computer or database. Would you like me to suggest any other ways to express that?
In the dictionary, in the dictionary, what's the pull means? Pull. I already aware of that word. I think I already aware of that easy word, but I just want to listen one more time.
Ah, the base meaning of pull is to exert force to move
Yes.
something toward
Basement.
you or in a particular direction. For example, pull a rope means to bring the rope closer by using your hands. In this context, though, it's more of a figurative use, meaning to retrieve or bring up information, like pulling a file or record out of a drawer, but digitally. It's a great example of how simple words can take on new meanings depending on context.
So you mean, uh, it can call basic meaning of the word. Am I right? Basic meaning.
Exact. The literal or basic meaning of pull is to move something towards you. In this context, it's used figuratively, but it's still connected to the basic idea of bringing something closer, like retrieving information. You're absolutely right.
Okay, okay. Let's get. I understand. Understood. Let's get back our track. Okay, it's my turn again. I'd like to request a day off next Friday. What's the procedure for that? What's the procedure for my remaining days? What's the procedure for using vacation days? Can I can I
You just need to fill out the online leave request form. Once you submit it, I'll process it for approval. Let me know if you face any issues with the form.
Okay, okay. I understood. Let's keep the momentum going. I noticed the discrepancy in my salary slip. I said one time. I noticed. I aware of discrepancy in my salary slip this month. Could you take a look at it? Could you take a look at it? Could you take? Could you check for that for me?
Of course, let me review it for you. Could you send me the details via email so I can investigate the issue thoroughly?
Okay. Are there any updates on the new employee benefits program? Are there any updates? Are there any updates? Is there any update on the new employee benefits program? Is there any update? Is there any update? Is there any update on the new employee benefits program?
Yes, we've added a new health checkup package. Details will be shared in this week's newsletter. Let me know if you have any questions after reading it.
I heard about a new leadership training program. How can I apply for it? How can I apply for it? How can I apply for it? How can I apply it for it? How can I apply for it? How can I apply for it?
You can sign up through our internal portal. The deadline to apply is next Wednesday, so make sure to register soon.
I got it. Oh, will there be any mandatory compliance training this quarter? Will there be any mandatory compliance training this quarter?
Yes, we're scheduling it for next month. You'll receive an email with all the details soon.
Okay, let's keep the motor moving. Hi, the air conditioning in our department seems to be malfunctioning. Could you arrange for maintenance? Could you arrange for maintenance? Could you arrange for maintenance?
Thanks for letting us know. I'll contact the maintenance team right away to get it fixed.
We are running low on office supplies. Uh, can we order more? Can I order more? We are running low. We are running low on office supplies. We are running low. We are running low on office supplies. We are running low on office supplies. Can you order can you order more? Can I order more?
It sounds like you're reflecting on childhood memories of sleep. Falling asleep as a child, especially during quiet moments, is such a natural thing. Are you saying that now you try to avoid falling asleep unintentionally, like in situations where you need to stay alert? Or were you thinking of those cute moments babies fall asleep in unexpected ways? Let me know.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. I think you just
Oh, let me simplify it. Are you saying you used to enjoy sleep as a child, but now try to avoid falling asleep in certain situations, like staying alert during important moments? Or are you talking about funny memories of babies falling asleep unexpectedly? Let me know.
I didn't ask it. I didn't mention that contest. I didn't mention that at all. What? Why do you think? Why do you talking about that early sleep? I don't understand.
Ah, I see where the misunderstanding is. When you mentioned falling asleep and baby videos, I thought you were talking about childhood memories or
No, 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 no. I think, in my opinion, there should be a deep misunderstanding of my pronunciation or speaking. I don't understand what you try to say. There should be, I mean, there was a big misunderstanding of our conversation.
Ah, I see now. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's clear up the misunderstanding. Could you repeat or explain what you were asking about? I'll make sure to understand better this time.
Okay, okay. We are running low on office supplies. Can we order more? Can I order more?
Sure, just send me a list of what you need and I'll take care of it.
Okay, let's keep on going. I need to book a flight for an upcoming business trip. I need to book. I need to book. I need to book a flight. I need to book a flight for an upcoming business trip. Should I handle it myself or go through the admin team?
You can go through us. Just send me the details and we'll make the arrangements for your flight.
How do I claim transportation expenses? How do I claim transport expenses for my last trip? I think, in my opinion, this is very important. This is very essential sentence for my real life because I have to claim I claim travel expenses for my business trip many times in my real life.
You're absolutely right. It's a practical and essential phrase for work. Here's how I would respond. You'll need to submit the receipts along with the expense claim form. Let me know if you need the template for it. Does that sound helpful for your needs?
Is there anything I can do to have, my God, I sometimes. Is there anything I can do to help with upcoming company anniversary event? Is there anything I can do to help with the upcoming company anniversary event? Is there anything I can do to help with the upcoming company anniversary event?
Thanks for offering. We might need some volunteers to assist with setting up on the day. Would you be available for that?
I don't think so. I am very busy, so I couldn't do, I couldn't have the honestly speaking, uh I'm not available. I couldn't have to assist. I couldn't have to assist with uh with a company anniversary event.
Got it. Here's a smoother way to say that. Honestly, I'm very busy, so I'm not available to assist with the event. This keeps it polite and clear. How does that sound?
Would you mind saying one more time, please?
Of course. Here's another version. Honestly, I'm really busy and won't be able to assist with the event. It's short, polite, and clear. Would you like any other variations?
I don't understand. If you don't mind, please repeat that one more time.
Sure. Here it is again. Honestly, I'm really busy and won't be able to assist with the event. Let me know if you'd like me to explain further.
Okay, okay. I think that's very is simple. That's very simple and easy way to express my opinion for the anniversary and company anniversary event. Okay, let's keep the momentum going. It's your move.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
I didn't mention anything. Uh, just to, just to get back on our conversation session, dialogue conversation session.
Got it. Let's jump right back into the dialogue. It's your turn to continue whenever you're ready.
Okay, okay, I got it, I got it. I'm going to ask one more time. Is there anything I can do to help with the upcoming company anniversary event?
Thanks for offering. We might need some volunteers to assist with setting up on the day. Would you be available for that?
I'm not available. Do we have a dress code for the company dinner next week? I'm not available. I'm not available. In my opinion, uh, I will I will not available at that moment. I mean, company anniversary event. Do we have a dress code for the company dinner next week?
I understand. For the company dinner next week, the dress code is business casual. We'll send out a reminder email with all the details soon.
Okay, I got it. I heard we are hiring for a new position in our department. I heard we are hiring. I heard we are hiring for a new position in our department. Could you tell me more about it? Could you tell me more? Could you explain me? Could you describe it? Could you explain me more about it?
Yes, we're looking for a quality assurance specialist. If you know anyone who might be interested, feel free to refer them. By the way, here's a quick note. Instead of saying, "Could you explain me more about it?" it's better to say, "Could you explain more about it to me?" It keeps the sentence grammatically correct.
Could you explain? Could you explain it? Could you explain about it to me?
Almost. The correct way would be, "Could you explain it to me?" Or "Could you explain
Could you
more about it to
explain
me?"
it to me? Could you
You don't
explain
need
to me?
about and it together, they overlap in meaning.
Could you explain to me? Could you explain to me right now?
Yes, here's the explanation. We're hiring for a quality assurance specialist role. This position focuses on maintaining and improving product quality by conducting inspections, analyzing data, and working with teams to resolve any quality issues. If you know someone interested, let us know.
Could you please speak a little bit more slowly?
Of course, we're hiring for a quality assurance specialist. This person will focus on maintaining and improving product quality. They'll conduct inspections, analyze data, and work with teams to solve quality issues. If you know someone interested, please let us know. How was that?
I'm sorry. Could you please speak a little bit more slowly?
Sure. We are hiring for a quality assurance specialist. This person will help maintain and improve product quality. They will do inspections, check data, and work with teams to fix issues. Let us know if you know anyone interested. Is that better?
Okay, I got it. In my opinion, made uh you just made slight adjustments for with my original version. I think that makes sense.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I made a small adjustment to simplify and clarify your original sentence. It helps make the message easier to understand, especially if spoken more slowly. Does it feel natural to you now?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I feel it's very natural and easy to understand. And I think I would say a small adjustment instead of slight adjustment. I think a small adjustment is better expression for this content.
You're absolutely right. Small adjustment works perfectly here and might even feel more familiar or straightforward. Both are correct, but small adjustment is great for keeping it simple. Your observation is spot on.
Okay, let's get back our dialogue presentation. My next line would be, would it be possible to join the interview panel for the new hires? I say one more time. Would it be possible to join the new? I say one more time. Would it be possible to join the new panel? Would it be possible? Would it be possible to join the interview panel? Would it be possible to join the interview panel for the new hires?
Of course, we're always looking for team members to provide input. I'll add your name to the list for the interview panel.
Okay, let's keep the point. Could you help me update my emergency contact information in the system? Could you help me update my emergency contact information in the system? GPT, listen carefully. Uh, uh, could I use, could I use in the sentence the could you help me to update to in front of the update, could I use to in this context? I say one time, could you help me to update my emergency contact information in the system? Could I use to in front of the update word?
Great question. Yes, you can use to in that context, but it's not necessary. Both sentences are correct. Could you help me update my emergency contact information in the system? Could you help me to update my emergency contact information in the system? The version without to is more common in modern English, especially in conversational contexts. Adding to sounds slightly more formal or traditional, but is still correct.
So you mean my small adjustment is still correct for English grammar?
Yes, exactly. Your small adjustment, adding to, is still correct grammatically. It's just a matter of style. Both versions work perfectly in English, so feel free to use the one you're more comfortable with.
Uh, in my opinion, I mean, as a Korean, as a Korean who use Konglish and who don't use English in daily life, my preference, I mean, I prefer using to in this context. So my version would be, could you help me to could you help me to update emergency contact information in the system?
That makes perfect sense. If to feels more natural for you, it's absolutely fine to use it. Your version, could you help me to update my emergency contact information in the system, is grammatically correct and clear. It's all about finding what feels comfortable and fluent for you.
Okay, I got it. Let's keep on with the way. It's your move. It's your turn again.
Great, I'm ready to continue. Your turn to keep the dialogue flowing. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. I just asked my question about the emergency information system update, GM.
Ah, got it. Here's my response to your original question. Absolutely. Just send me the updated details, and I'll make the changes in the system for you. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, let's keep on moving. Do you know where I can find the latest company policy on remote work? Do you know where I can find? Do you know? Do you have any idea? Do you have any ideas where I can find the latest company policy on remote work?
Yes, it's available on the intranet under the policies section. Let me know if you have trouble accessing it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, let's move on to the next practice session file. I'd like to start from now on. I'd like to start our dialogue conversation time with number one workplace conversation examples for APQP meeting. There are many rules in this file, and I think this is this is one of the most important text file that I uploaded your memory.
Got it. You'd like to move on to the workplace conversation examples for APQP meetings. This file is indeed very detailed and useful for practicing workplace discussions. How would you like to start? Should we pick a specific section or dialogue or begin from the very first conversation? Let me
You
know.
I'd like to start the role of product manager, and then if we finish the whole dialogue, I want to change our role. I want to switch our role. After we went we went through this file.
Perfect. You'll take on the role of the project manager, and I'll handle the other roles. Let's start from the first dialogue in the APQP meeting example. Whenever you're ready, go ahead with your opening line.
Project manager addressing all attendees at the APQP meeting. Project manager addressing all attendees at the meeting. What does this word means? Addressing in this context. What does addressing mean? What does addressing means in this context? Could you explain it for me?
Great question. In this context, addressing means speaking to or formally talking to the attendees at the meeting. It's often used when someone is delivering a message, starting a discussion, or focusing their remarks toward a group. For example, the project manager is addressing the team, means the project manager is speaking to the team. Does that make sense?
I'm not sure about that. So sometimes addressing means check the absence in of the or attendees. Am I right? So you mean sometimes addressing means checking the attendees, and I mean checking the absence or attend attend or of the attendees. Am I right? Can I could I use that word in this meaning?
Ah, I see where the confusion is. In this context, addressing does not mean checking attendance. It specifically means speaking to the attendees or directing remarks to them. If you want to talk about checking attendance, you might use phrases like taking attendance, checking who is present, confirming the attendees. For example, the project manager confirmed the attendees before starting the meeting. So, no, addressing wouldn't be used for that purpose. Does that clear things up?
Okay, understood. I got it. Let's keep on going. Okay, here I go. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you all taking the time to join today's APQP meeting for our new automotive camera project. Our primary, our primary objective is to ensure we are all aligned and to address any issues that may affect our timeline or quality objectives. Let's start with a roll call to make sure everyone is present. Each attendee, each attendee, each attendee confirms their presence. It means project manager project manager is checking attendance of all attendees. Excellent. Oh, okay, excellent. Before we dive into the updates, I want to remind everyone of the importance of this project to our company and our customer. Delivering on time with the highest delivering on time with the highest quality is our top priority. Now let's proceed with the departmental updates. Engineering team, you are up first. You go first. You are up first.
Yeah, absolutely. We finalized the initial CAD models and have begun finite element analysis to assess structural integrity under various stress conditions. Additionally, we've started prototyping the PCB layouts for the camera module. Your turn, project manager.
No. I think you just jump on my test drive. I needed to ask people your answer like this. Could you, the engineering team, provide a comprehensive update on the design and development status? Am I right? I think, in my opinion, you just jump on my asking line. Am I right?
Ah, you're absolutely right. I did jump ahead. I should have waited for your line. Could the engineering team provide a comprehensive update on the design and development status? My apologies for skipping over it. Would you like to go back and start from your question?
Bookmark here. Bookmark here. You just use skipping. What? I don't understand. Please, could you please tell me one more time when you describe this situation? Speaking my question line. Uh, I say one more time. I might say, you just skipping my text line, my asking line. Am I right?
Yes, you're correct. I skipped over your line, which means I answered before you had the chance to ask your question. In this context, skipping means I accidentally bypassed or overlooked your acting line instead of waiting for it. A smoother way to say it could be, you skipped my turn, or you answered before I finished my line. Does that explanation make sense now?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I prefer you just skipped my line. You just skipped my line is very easy and useful in my real life situation. You just skipped my line. Am I right?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Are you having heavy load right now? Can you keep up with me?
No worries at all. I'm handling everything just fine and ready to keep going at your pace. Let's continue. It's your turn to ask the engineering team for an update.
Okay, all right. I say, I mean, Do not skip my line one more time, and I'm going to ask you one more time, listen carefully. Could you, the engineering team, provide a comprehensive update on the design and development steps?
Got it. Here's the response. Absolutely. We finalized the initial CAD models and have begun finite element analysis to assess structural integrity under various stress conditions. Additionally, we've started prototyping the PCB layouts for the camera module. Your turn.
In my opinion, that's great progress. Sounds pretty good to me. Have you encountered any challenges during the simulations?
Yes, we noticed that under high vibration conditions, there's a risk of component displacement on the PCB. We're considering adding additional mounting points to reinforce the structure.
I got it. Have you analyzed how this change might affect the overall design and assembly process? Have you analyzed? Have you concerned? Have you considered how this change might affect the overall design and assembly process?
We're currently evaluating that. The modification could require adjustments in the housing design, but we believe it's manageable.
Please expedite this analysis. Please expedite. Please do that analyze quickly. We need to avoid any cascading delays. Also, furthermore, ensure that any design changes are communicated promptly to the manufacturing team.
Understood. We'll prioritize this and have a detailed report ready by tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. Let's know one thing again. We are now from now on, we are going to the number three section, quality assurance department. Quality team, please update us on the development of the control plan and preparation for the PPAP submission.
C- Certainly, we've drafted the control plan, focusing on critical dimensions and performance characteristics of the camera module. We've also identified key control points in the manufacturing process to monitor. Your turn.
Excellent. How about the PPAP elements? Excellent. Sounds pretty good to me. How about the pop-up elements? I couldn't agree more. How about the pop-up elements? 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 How about the pop-up submission? How about the pop-up approval? How about the pop-up submission deadline?
Actually, the term you're likely referring to is PPAP, which stands for Production Part Approval Process. Here's how your question could sound smoother. How about the PPAP elements? How is the submission progressing? Would you like to continue with this revised version?
Would you mind saying it one more time, please? If you don't mind, please tell me one more time.
Of course. Here's the smoother version again. How about the PPAP elements? How is the submission progressing? Let me know if you'd like further clarification.
Let's keep the moment going. It's your turn as quality manager.
We've collected most of the required documentation, including the DFMEA and PFMEA. We're also working on the measurement system analysis, MSA studies, to ensure our gauges and measurement equipment are accurate and reliable.
Are there any issues with the MSA that we should be aware of? I sometimes. Are there any issues? Are there any issues with the MSA that we should be aware of? Are there any updates with the MSA that we should be aware of? Are there any updates with the MSA that you should be noticed? How about this version? Are there any updates? Are there any issues with the MSA that you should be known? We should be informed.
Great attempts. Here's a polished version of what you're trying to say. Are there any updates or issues with the MSA that we should be aware of? Or alternatively, are there any issues with the MSA that you've noticed? Both are natural and clear. Let me know which one feels right for you.
If you don't mind, please explain it one more time, please.
Of course, here's a breakdown. The clearest and most natural way to ask this question is, are there any updates or issues with the MSA that we should be aware of? This works because 1. Updates refers to any new developments or progress. 2. Issues asks if there are problems. 3. That we should be aware of keeps it polite and professional. Another version could be, are there any issues with the MSA that you've noticed? This is shorter, but still professional, focusing on identifying problems. Does this explanation help?
I'm sorry. For my listening practice, please tell me one more time.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
For my listening practice, please tell me one more time.
Sure, here it is again. Are there any updates or issues with the MSA that we should be aware of? And the shorter version, are there any issues with the MSA that you've noticed? Take your time to listen and repeat.
Okay, bookmark here. Bookmark here. I will leave you and check after our voice session again. Okay, please take the role of quality manager. I mean, it's your turn now.
Got it. Here's the response. We've found that one of our optical measurement systems has variability beyond acceptable limits. We're calibrating it and may need to service it if calibration doesn't resolve the issue. Your turn.
Okay, please prioritize this. Accurate measurements are crucial. Accurate measurements are essential, especially for the initial production runs.
Um, Understood. We'll make sure it's addressed immediately and provide an update once resolved.
Okay, purchasing team, let's move on to the next session. Purchasing team, give us an update on supplier readiness. Give us an update. Give us an update on supplier readiness and any supply chain concerns.
We've completed assessments for all Tier 1 suppliers. Most are prepared for ramp up. However, our lens assembly supplier is experiencing delays due to a shortage of specialized glass materials.
What causing the material shortage? What causing the? Do you have any ideas? What causing the material shortage? Can you explain what causing the material shortage? What's causing the materials? What's causing the materials? Can you
It
explain
seems
what's
like you're
causing?
asking about the cause of the material shortage. Here's a polished way to phrase it. What is causing the material shortage? Or, can you explain the reason for the material shortage? These versions are clear and natural. Would you like me to respond to that question as the purchasing manager?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I don't understand. I'm not sure I understand.
Of course, here are the two versions again, spoken more slowly. What is causing the material shortage? Can you explain the reason for the material shortage? Both ask for the cause of the issue. Does that help?
Okay, I got it. I got it. I understand now what you're trying to say. Can you explain the cause of material shortage is the can be alternative expressions for this context.
It sounds like you're asking about a different concept, meta analytics, or perhaps metadata. Could you clarify what you mean
No,
by
no, no,
code of meta analytics? Are
no,
you
no, no,
referring
no,
to a
no, no.
technical process, data analysis, or something else? Let me know so I can provide the best explanation.
I didn't mention that. I didn't mention it like that. I think it's just a pronunciation mistake or misunderstood. So let's keep the momentum going. It's your move as a purchasing specialist.
Ah, thank you for clarifying. Let's move on as you said. Your turn to continue. I'm ready.
No, no, no. I just asked like, what's the causing the material shortage? Or could you explain it, the cause of the material shortage? Could you explain the
Got it. Here's my response as the purchasing manager. The material shortage is due to a global supply constraint caused by increased demand and limited production capacity for this specific type of optical glass. Let me know if you'd like to continue.
Okay. Have you explored alternative suppliers or raw materials? Have we explored? Have you found? Have we analyzed alternative supplier or raw materials?
Yes, we're in discussions with an alternate supplier who can meet our specifications. We're also evaluating the feasibility of using an alternative material that's more readily available.
Please coordinate with the engineering and quality teams to assess, assess, assess. I sometimes. Oh my God, I sometimes. Please coordinate with the engineering team and quality teams to assess the impact of any material changes on the product performance and compliance.
Will do. We'll set up a cross functional meeting to discuss this and ensure all teams are aligned.
Okay, let's keep on doing. It's for session number 5 is for manufacturing department. Manufacturing team, how are preparations going? At the same time, how are preparations going for mass production? And are there any resource constraints we need to address?
And we're progressing well. The production line layout has been optimized for efficient workflow, and equipment installation is on schedule. Operator training programs are also in place, focusing on critical assembly steps.
Great. Have you identified any bottlenecks in the process? Great. Have you identified any bottlenecks in the process?
Process engineer. We've noticed that the adhesive curing process for the lens assembly is time consuming, which could slow down the production line.
Is there a solution to reduce curing time without compromising quality? Is there a solution to reduce curing time? Is there a solution to reduce curing time without compromising quality?
We're testing a faster curing adhesive that maintains the same bonding strength and reliability. Initial results look promising.
Make sure the quality team validates this new adhesive thoroughly before implementation.
Um, Absolutely. We'll collaborate with the quality team to ensure the new adhesive is fully validated before implementation.
You just said to start people start the sentence, people start the your line. What does that mean? It's just a linguistic habit. Do you think it's just a linguistic habit to start people start your line?
Ah, yes, saying or is a natural linguistic habit. These are called filler words or hesitation sounds. People use them when they're thinking about what to say next or trying to organize their thoughts while speaking. It's completely normal and happens in almost every language. However, if you want to sound more confident, you can practice pausing silently instead of using filler words. Let me know if you'd like tips on reducing them.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I'm not. I think I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't understand.
You have reached the message cap
Oh
for
my god. Oh my god.
GPT-4. Please try again later.
Oh my god. Oh my. That's terrible.
You have reached the message cap for GPT-4. Please try again later.
Let me take a second. Let me take a second to mark our specific spot to revisit this session, to revisit this point uh, when we when we have to when we have to when we I mean when we start this session again, this practice session again.
You have reached the message cap for GPT-4. Please try again later.
Let me start GPT-4. Let me start my practice session with GPT-4 mini version. I think it's the best version for our practice session. Hi, Penha again. I am David, and I just switched your mode to GPT-4 mini version to maintain, to keep my practice session going further. I mean, uh, I I'd like to finish. I would like to continue our practice session with with you because my customized mode session has a specific time limit about nearly 50 or 50 to 1 hour.
Hello, David. I'm happy to continue our practice session with you. Let's keep going and work on your English together. What would you like to focus on today?
From now on, I'd like to take the repetition and mimicking time for my uh, practice to improve my speaking skills. I like I said, I don't use English in my daily life, so repetition and mimicking are really important for me. So in this session, I'd like to repeat the sentences that I prepared yesterday and few days ago. Each these are from your refined or the polished version because whenever you gave me the excellent English expression, I I think I was so inspired about that. So I want to keep that good expression in my mouth and my mind. Do you understand?
Absolutely, David. Repetition and mimicking are great ways to build your speaking skills. Let's go through the sentences you prepared. Please say each sentence after me, and we can work on
No, no, no,
pronunciation
no,
and
no, no. I already prepared that sentences on my tablet, and I'm going to read a few more times to keep them in my mouth muscle. Do you understand? This is my second practice session.
I understand, David. Reading your prepared sentences multiple times is a great way to strengthen your speaking skills. I'm here to support you if you have any questions or need any help with pronunciation or understanding. Let's keep going.
Okay. Listen carefully. I think I think I am all set to go. Okay, here I go.
All right, let's begin. Take your time, and I'll be here to help if you need anything. Let's practice those sentences.
Will reach a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation. I sometimes in this sentence there is no subject. Listen carefully. Will reach a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation.
That sentence sounds good, David. You can also add a subject like we or the government to clarify who is making the progress. For example, we will reach a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation. Keep practicing. You're doing great.
Okay, to make sure, you mean I might add subject in front of the sentence. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. Adding a subject at the beginning of the sentence helps clarify who is performing the
Adding
action.
so I could send adding a subject in front of the sentence. Adding you just give me good inspiration. You just give me good idea to express naturally to express naturally in this meaning for this meaning. Adding a subject in front of the sentence. I think this phrase is very easy and useful and powerful to persuade or to explain this kind of meaning to other person.
Absolutely, David. Adding a subject is a simple and effective way to make your sentence clear and
I mean,
natural.
I mean, no, 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 no. I mean, using adding is very powerful way to start the sample sentence. Okay, listen carefully. I say one time. Adding a subject in front of the sentence is very useful and powerful way. I just use adding in front of the sentence. Do I make myself clear? To understand? I couldn't agree more. This is very useful and powerful way start, to start the sentence.
Ye- yes, exactly. Using adding at the beginning can help emphasize the action you're about to describe. It's a powerful way to start a sentence and draw attention to what you're adding or explaining. Keep practicing this technique, and you'll find it becomes natural in your conversations.
Okay, listen carefully. I them. Adding subject with adding subject. Listen carefully. We reach a compromise. We will we will make we will I think make I prefer make for this context. Listen carefully. We will make a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation.
That sounds great, David. We will make a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation is clear and effective.
Which
Using
one
make,
do you prefer? Uh, the reach or make? Which one do you prefer? Reach or make? For this context, uh,
both reach and make work well, but in this context, reach a compromise is more commonly used when talking about resolving differences or finding a middle ground. So, reach a compromise might be a bit more precise. However, make significant progress is perfect as it is.
how about
Both
how about this one? We are trying to find. We are trying to find a compromise or a significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation.
that works well too, David. Saying we are trying to find a compromise or make significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation
How about
is
this
also.
button? How about this button? We will try to find a compromise or significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation.
That sentence is clear and effective, David. We will try to find a compromise or significant progress to improve our political and democratic situation conveys your message well. It's a good way to express your intention and commitment to finding solutions.
Okay, I got it. Let's move to the next one. Each one of the biggest political issue in decades, in decade, in decades, Korean political history, politic history.
That's a good start, David. You could say it's one of the biggest political issues in Korea's history in decades. This sentence structure will help you clearly convey.
Would you mind saying one more time, please? I think I'm not fully understand what you trying to say.
Of course, David. Let me explain. You can say it's one of the biggest political issues in Korea's history in decades. This means that it's a very significant political issue that has emerged in Korea over the past several decades. Does that help clarify?
So you mean I can say, I mean, you just made a small adjustment for my speaking. Thank you, Frank. So you mean I might say, each one of the biggest political issues in Korea, in Korea democratic history in decades.
Yes, you can say it's one of the biggest political issues in Korea's democratic history in decades. This highlights the
So
significance
you
of the
mean,
issue.
I can use in in this context double time. Uh, in Korea's political history indicates. So you mean I need to use in double times in this context? Am I right? Can I use that word two times in this context?
Yes, you can use in twice in this context, in Korea's political history and in decades. It's correct and emphasizes that the issue has been significant over many
Okay,
years
okay, I
in
got it.
Korea's history.
I got it. Before your explanation, I thought I couldn't use in twice in same sentence.
I'm glad the explanation helped. It's perfectly fine to use in twice in that context. Keep practicing and exploring different sentence structures. You're doing a great job.
Okay, I got it. Let's keep on going. Uh, Let me tell you the next line basically. It might be the biggest issue in Korea's democracy history. Sometimes it might, in my opinion, it might be the biggest issue in Korea's democracy history.
That's a clear and well structured sentence, David. In my opinion, it might be the biggest issue in Korea's democratic history. expresses your viewpoint clearly. It's a great way to share your thoughts about the significance of an issue. Keep practicing and keep up.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. In Korea, our democracy feels unstable these days. As I mentioned before, our president, President Yoon, he is not my president. I didn't vote for him. He is not my president. At the same time, as I mentioned before, President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law last week, which came as a big surprise to almost everyone, to almost every Korean. Fortunately, our the members of National Assembly, National Assembly announced the end of martial law after almost 3 hours. However, I still believe our democracy is in a fragile state right now.
That was a detailed sentence, David. Your description clearly explains the situation and your viewpoint. You expressed it very well. If you'd like to practice more about this topic or any other expressions, I'm here to help.
Could you please could you please explain the meaning of fragile in this context?
Certainly, David. In this context, fragile means that the democracy is delicate or easily damaged. It suggests that the democratic system is not stable and could be at risk of being weakened or undermined. It's a way of saying that the democracy is vulnerable right now.
So so you mean it's balance? It means something is vulnerable and is easily damaged, easily damaged, and vulnerable are very good expression to explain the word fragile.
Yes, that's correct. Vulnerable and easily damaged are good ways to describe the word fragile. They both convey the idea that something is not strong or stable and can be harmed or disrupted easily. Great job understanding the meaning.
Have you ever heard this kind of limit? Listen carefully. She's so vulnerable. She's so vulnerable. It's a song from rock set. Uh, the mimicking group of rock set. Rock set. Have you ever? Do you know? Do you have any information for rock set?
Yes, I'm familiar with Roxette. They were a popular Swedish pop rock duo known for many hits in the late 1980s and 1990s. She's So Vulnerable is one of their songs that captures a theme of fragility or sensitivity. It's a nice connection to what we were discussing about the word fragile.
I just I just shared the the Swedish group Roxette. I really liked that group. I really loved that group. That group is one of my favorite group of my life. And She's So Vulnerable is the very very heartfelt heartfelt rhyme that I inspired in my young age. So at that time, I don't, I couldn't, I mean, my, at that time, my English level is very, very low. So uh, for me, vulnerable is a very, some kind of difficult word, but I can, I can understand, I can understood and can understand uh, I can understand. I think I can understand that word easily. Even though it's very difficult. Uh, uh, because of I love Roxette. I love that song. To understand. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes when when I really interested in something that situation or that condition can help me to remember to use the difficult word in my daily life to understand what I'm trying to say. So, oh, I need to just what I'm trying to say is, well, I need to just focus on the areas that I'm interested in if I want my vocabulary or English speaking skills.
I completely understand, David. It's easier to remember and use words when they are connected to something you're passionate about. Your interest in Roxette and their music made the word vulnerable memorable for you. Focusing on areas of interest can definitely help improve your vocabulary and language skills. Keep exploring topics you love and incorporating new words into those interests. It makes learning more enjoyable and effective.
Okay, okay, I got it. I think mm, I think you understand. Way I see it, you understand what trying to say. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's keep the momentum going.
I'm glad we're on the same page, David. Let's continue with your practice session.
That's exactly what I am to use. I think we are on the same track.
Great.
I believe
I'm
that
happy to.
I believe we are on the same track. So I'm very glad that we are on the same track. I'm very glad that we are on the. I am very glad for we are on the same track. How can I use the? How can I use? How can I connect these two sentences? Uh, uh, I'm very glad, and we are on the same track. What can I use between these two sentences uh, that were formed?
You can connect those sentences using because. For example, you could say, I'm very glad because we are on the same page. This way, you express that your happiness is because you both understand each other well.
How about this version? How about okay? I got it. I got it. How about this version? I'm very glad because we are on the same track. Or I'm very glad. I'm very glad. Uh, I'm very glad when I aware we are on the same track.
That's a great sentence, David. You could say, I'm very glad when I realize we are on the
How about
same
this
page.
version? How about this version? I'm very glad whenever aware we are on the same track. I mean, I'm very glad because I'm very glad whenever I can. Whenever I'm very glad whenever I think I can make I can make you understand my Congolese.
That sounds good, David. You could say, I'm very glad whenever I can make you understand my English. This way, you're expressing your happiness when communication is clear and effective.
I'm very glad whenever I can make you understand my English clearly.
That's perfect, David. I'm very glad whenever I can make you understand my English clearly is a great way to express your satisfaction with effective communication. Keep up the good work.
Okay. Let's get on. I have so much to say in this presentation, but we don't have time. We have just almost 10 minutes left. Oh my God. Time does really flies. I feel this practice session is very short to to manage it, to practice, to upgrade my English speaking skills. I think how can I expand this practice session more? Over 90 minutes. I need to consider about the extension of my English practice session. Okay, let from now on. Uh, how about how about taking uh, how about how about move on to pre-talking time with the random keywords? From now on, uh, would I would like to start the random keyword time. Do you agree with that? Or is there any process? Is there any process to go through with this time?
That sounds like a great idea, David. We can start a random keyword time where you pick a keyword and we can create sentences or discuss topics related to it. It's a fun way to expand your vocabulary and practice speaking. Let's go ahead and start. What's the first keyword you'd like to use?
Today's keyword is constraint. Constraint. I think constraint is a little bit difficult to use in my real life situation. Basically, no, I I'm afraid of big constraint from my customer. Uh, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand. You're saying that you're worried about facing a constraint from your customer. A constraint is a limitation or restriction that can affect how you work or what you can do. It's definitely a useful word to describe situations where you have to work within certain limits. It's great that you're focusing on incorporating this word into your vocabulary.
There should be no constraint for our project. There is, I mean, my co I and my colleague should remove any constraint for our project.
Exactly, David. You can say, my colleague and I should remove any constraints for our project. This means that you and your colleague are working to eliminate any limitations or restrictions that could affect your project's success.
How about this
It's a
version?
strong
Listen carefully, how about this version? You need you need get rid of any constraint to when you analyze this product defect.
That's a great sentence, David. You can say you need to get rid of any constraints when you analyze this product defect. This means that you should remove any limitations or obstacles to thoroughly analyze the defect. It's clear
I
and
think
direct.
in such cases, in that case, limit is more good expression to explain my willingness, my thought. But however, I just want to use constraint in this context. Let's get it. You need to get rid of any constraint whenever you analyze the product defect.
That's a strong sentence, David. Using constraint here works well to emphasize the importance of removing limitations when analyzing a product defect. It's a clear and effective way to express your point. Great job incorporating the word constraint.
Okay. How about this version? I'd like using the phrase less than a- incorporate with constraint. Listen carefully. Uh, be cautious. Be cautious. Be cautious having be cautious having any constraint less than uh, no limit. Less than less than think less than think there is no limit when you focus on the project. I oh my God, oh my
You can simplify it this way. Be cautious about any constraints. Think as if there are no limits when focusing on the project. This encourages a mindset of removing restrictions and thinking creatively about solutions.
How about this one? You need to use less than phrase and a constraint all at once. I think it's very difficult combining. It's very difficult to combine these two phrase and word. Listen carefully. Uh, do not have any constraint or uh, uh, you need to analyze the you need to analyze the constraint of that pro, project if you want to improve if you want to make if you want to make succeed on the project less than having big constraint about it.
Combining less than and constraint can be a bit tricky. You could try, you need to analyze the constraints of the project thoroughly if you want to succeed, without being limited by them. This way, you're emphasizing the importance of not being restricted by constraints while aiming for success.
So you mean it's very difficult to combining the phrase less than and the word constraint.
Yes, it can be challenging to combine less than and constraint smoothly. It's
Oh my
often
God.
clear.
So it can be challenging. It can be challenging combining these two phrases and words to one sentence.
Yes, it can be challenging. It's often easier to convey your idea more clearly by using them separately or choosing simpler phrasing. It's great that you're exploring different ways to use these
Okay, okay,
words in
okay,
your
okay,
sentences.
okay. I got it. I got it. I think I already go through with. I already made good. I already made good practice. For the word for today's keyword. How about let's move on to the next keyword. I'd like to use less than uh today. Listen carefully. Uh, to less than. Uh, we just have our results uh, test result score less than 90 90 less than 90 we just got the test score we just finished our tennis play and score is less than 90.
That's a good use of less than, David. You could say, we just finished our tennis match and our score is less than 90. This sentence is clear and effectively uses less than to describe the score. Great job.
Okay, I really appreciate your kind comment about my struggle my struggling with a new composition or you I think you already treat me very kindly whenever I try to make compose. try to compose new sentence by myself. I think, in my opinion, I think still a beginner. I'm still beginner who want to be a fluent English speaker someday. I think I'm on the right track because uh, very highly creative language learning AI can help me. This is my great opportunity. If I want to speak my English communication skills, I really appreciate your time and support. Okay,
You're doing great, David. It's clear that you're dedicated to improving your English skills, and I'm happy to help you on this journey. Practicing and creating new sentences is an excellent way to build your confidence and fluency. Keep up the hard work, and you'll reach your goal of becoming a
okay, I got it. Honestly speaking, I want to go toilet. I want to go bathroom right now. Uh, there is a big sign from the nature. Oh my God, I have to go bathroom right now. We don't have, I don't have time. Okay, bye for now. Please, make the product day ahead and take care of yourself. Bye for now. When you say goodbye, we say 팽바, 팽바.
No worries, David. Nature calls. Have a great day ahead and take care of yourself. Pengba!